Lord Brahma, approaching the Lord, addressed him thus: My Lord, please protect me from these sinful demons who are created by me under your order. They are infuriated by an appetite for sex and have come to attack me. Purport: It happens here that the homosexual appetite of the male for each other is created in this episode of the creation of the demon by Brahma. In other words, the homosexual appetite of a man for another man is a demonic and is not for any sane male in the ordinary course of life. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjan Salakaya Chakshmritamenam Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishnama Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rup Kadamayam Dadati Supatantikam Pandeyam Sri Guru Shada Padakampalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamta Sri Rupam Sagradatam Sagana Raghunathan Vidantam Sajivam Sadhvitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitam Jai He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpati Gopeza Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastuti Tapta Kachana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishamanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vangsha Kalpataru Vishakrapa Sindhuye Vacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishna Bhutale Srimati Jipataka Swami Nitinamine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradane Golgatha Madaya Nagar Gram Tane Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishna Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Sudhudeve Gauravani Pracharani Nivse Sunyavadi Pachati Tarane Jai Srila Prabhupada. So by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and by the blessings of Vaishnava Jana, we are, or by your association, we are in a position to continue the study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Just a minute, eh? Just a minute, please. Okay, little disruption, sorry about it. So, Maitreya is informing Vidura that once upon a time, when Brahmaji has created so many things, some hooligans, they wanted to have a sexual affair with Brahmaji. Would you believe it? So whatever is happening nowadays, it was also done in the past. In the material world, you can find nothing new. Everything has a base of the past. Because the mentality created now here is also in the past. So many things. Even you must have seen, Brahmaji also fell sexual appetite towards his daughter. That is horrible, right? The Brahmaji has to cast off his body at the request of Marichi, another of his sons. Similarly, even nowadays, I don't know whether you read newspaper, you are in social media and all, there are many instances, not one or two or three, for many instances, when father has married his own daughter and impregnated her. When the boys are having the sex with the mother. So this problem existed right from the beginning until today. In the beginning, there were just isolated cases, and now here is very rampant. So anything that we create is going to give us a trouble. And then the solace is, the refuge is the personality of Godhead. Sometime we may have our own children, and they become nuisance, they become the pain in the neck. They create so many problems for the parents, for the society. Similarly, Brahma created these demons, and they are trying to devour him. in many ways, if not physically, mentally. So in the conditioned state of life, all that we can have can give a problem to us. Esha sparsija bhoga dukhayona yavate adivantam kauteya nate shuramate buddha. So therefore, our creation, whether it is a mental creation or whether physical creation, if it is not for the haritoshanam, then it's only give the problem. Prabhupada is saying, in the ordinary case of life, these things are existing only the insane people. They are not sane, insane. They know nothing. They only know the hunger of the body. They don't dwell with their intelligence, they don't dwell with their mind, just hunger of the body. And to satisfy the urge of the body, they can go to any extent without any social barriers, without any social customs, without any social norms. That's what happens. Now what do? We have to simply surrender to the God like Brahma is doing, and Brahma will be saved by the Lord. Okay, let's go to the next sloka. It says, Tvam eka kila lokanam klishtanam kleshanashanam Tvam ekam kleshodastesham anasan padam tava. I'll just go direct to translation. My Lord, you are the only capable of ending the affliction of the distressed and inflicting agony on those who never resort to your feet. The word kleshadas tesham anasanam padam tava indicates that the Lord has two concerns. The first is to give protection to the person who takes shelter of his lotus feet. And the second is to give trouble to those who are always demonic and who are inimical toward the Lord. Maya's function is to give affliction to the non-devotees. Here Brahma said, you are the protector of the surrendered soul. Therefore, I surrender unto your lotus feet. Please give me protection from these demons. So this material world, we have been told padam padam yadapipatam. At every step there is a problem. Not only for the human being, not only for the animals, even to the demons and demigods. And Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashachaya duskritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. In the material world there is a problem. Problem for everyone. Nobody escapes. Because this material world is a prison house where we have come here for reformation, where we have come for treatment. And therefore anyone who is born here. Now, just for understanding these slokas, these are simply Leela, created by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva and these kind of people, to teach a lesson for the conditioned soul like us. Otherwise this would never happen. But to teach the condition that whoever you may be, rich or poor, handsome or ugly, whether you are good or bad, the problems are going to come. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, dukha dosha. Dosh bhi lagta hai. So he is saying, my dear Krishna, my dear Lord, you are the only one. You may have heard this sloka from me many, many times. Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Bhaktanam Abhayankara Tumi Eko Dayamana Nam Apabrago Samsritehe. My dear Lord, you can install the fearlessness in the heart of the devotees. Now, I tell you something what happens. One-to-one is very difficult. But when they come in a satsang, not satsang, a sangha, kalau shakti sanghe, when they come in a group, then a single person can always be perturbed, disturbed. He may run away. So kalau shakti sanghe. Now this sangha, if it is not a janasangha, if it is satsanga, then nobody can be defeated. Why? Krishna says, Yad gayanti mad bhakta taham tishtami narada. Wherever the glories are being sung by my devotees, I am always present there. And when the Krishna is there, there are no troubles at all. No signs. No one can harm the devotees of the Lord. And therefore it is very, very important. Generally, the demons are except Prahlada and Bali, generally demons are inimical towards the demigods. And Brahma is a demigod. They say in Hindi, Janma Janmantar ki dushmani. They are always inimical. They always want to win over. They always want to drive from one place to another place. Sometimes the demon wins, sometimes the devas wins. And this fight is going on from time immemorial. And it will go on and on and on. Because two different sets of thinking. One is thinking to execute the order of the Lord. Another thinking, we will establish our own laws. But in this execution of the Lord, or the particular the law, they cannot create anything. They just want to capture. They cannot make the mountain, they cannot make the plains, they cannot make anything. They cannot make the coastal areas. They simply want to grab. I grab it. What I can grab, as far as I can see, that's mine. So this is going on. And the lust or the greed is never satisfied. Never ever satisfied. Kamarupena duspurena cha. Very, very difficult. So, he is saying, you can. It is his self-realization. He has seen it in the past. He has heard it because Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavi. He had heard from the Vedas that he had that it is only Krishna who can settle everything down. So that's why he is approaching. So in any condition of life, everyone should approach the Lord. Pai Pai. We know the prayer of the Mother Uttara. Pai Pai Ma Yogin Deva Deva Jagadapati Natodvayamanya Yatra Mirtu Paraswaram. My dear Lord, except you who can save the life, I can only see the death personified. They are agent of the Yamaraja. They are very expert in killing, but they cannot give the life. So demons, they just try to grab. They cannot create anything. They just want to grab. All this is mine. So this is the demonic mentality. And we also have the same mentality. When we enjoy separately from the Krishna, we develop that demonic mentality. And then the problem is we are taken to the task. We pay the price for. So, let me take the text 28 also. Suavadharyasya karpanya viviktadhyatma darshanam vimuchyatmanatanu ghoram atyukto vimuchaha. The Lord, who can distinctly see the minds of others, perceived Brahma's distress and said to him, cast off this impure body of yours. Thus, commanded by the Lord, Brahma cast off his body. A long purport, pay attention. The Lord is described here by the word Viviktadhyatma darshanaha. If anyone can completely perceive another's distress without doubt, it is the Lord himself. If someone is distressed and wants to get relief from his friend, sometime It so happened that his friend does not appreciate the volume of distress he is suffering. But for the Supreme Lord, it is not difficult. The Supreme Lord as Paramatma is sitting within the heart of every living entity, and he directly perceives the exact cause of distress. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Sarvasya chaham idhi sannavistu, Bhagavad Gita 15:15. I am sitting in everyone's heart, and because of me, one's remembrance and forgetfulness occurs. Thus, whenever one fully surrenders unto the Supreme Lord, one finds that He is sitting within one's heart. He can give us direction how to get out of danger and how to approach Him in devotional service. The Lord, however, asked Brahma to give up his present body because it had created a demonic principle. According to Siddhartha Swami, Brahma's constant dropping of his body does not refer to his actually giving of the body. Rather, he suggests that Brahma give up the particular mentality. Mind is a subtle body of the living entity. We may sometimes be absorbed in some thoughts which is sinful, but if we give up the sinful thought, it may be said that we give up our body. Brahma's mind was not in correct order when he created the demons. It must have been full of passion because of the entire creation was passionate. Therefore, such passionate sons were born. It follows that any father and mother should also be careful while begetting children. The mental conditions of the child depends upon the mental status of his parents at the time he is conceived, according to the Vedic system. Therefore, the Garbhadana Samskara, or the ceremony for giving birth to a child, is observed. Before begetting a child, one has to sanctify his perplexed mind. When the parents engage their mind in the lotus feet of the Lord, and in such a state the child is born, naturally good devotee children come. When the society is filled of such population, there is no trouble from demonic mentalities. So, the Lord could understand the problem of Brahma. And do you think He does not understand our problem? Of course He understands everybody's problem. But someone is looking for the solution and others are not. That's the only difference. If your problem, we can simply pray to the Lord, oh my dear Lord, pahi mam, you understand. You don't have to spell it out. You understand. But our problem is we don't surrender to Him. So, Lord understood here the mentality of Brahma, and He told him, cast off this impure body of yours. And Prabhupada is very nice saying, the body is considered subtle. We have gross body, which is a subtle body and the soul. So Lord says, give up your subtle body, give up your mentality, the passionate mentality, give it up, because it's been born from your passionate mentality. So it's better to cast it off. And then, if you give up a thought, then naturally we'll be at peace, provided if we execute the order of the Lord. Simply by our own endeavor, things will be very, very difficult to comprehend, to practice, to accept, and to execute. But if you get a sanction from the Lord, or from our senior God brothers, or from the great Vaishnavas, then we can do. We can give up the mentality. And for all good reason, we have really polluted mind, ill intelligence. Our thoughts always goes negative. Always negative. That's what we are practicing. That's what we have our experience. Because within ourselves, we have seen so many calamities in life. We have been here from millions and trillions of janmas. We have seen those calamities. So the impression of those calamities are within our mind. So whenever something happens towards, we always think of bad. And that we can only give it up if we fill it up with Krishna Prema, Krishna Leela, Satsanga, Pravachana, then everything can be cast off without an endeavor, without much ado. We can simply get it out. So in the age of Kali, the very simple process to cast off our the filthy body, the mind, is washing it off with the detergent of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So with this, I'll come to the conclusion of my talk. It's already 11:30. If you all want to have another program, you are free to do that. If you want me to show some of the slides, it is up to you what you want to do. Hare Krishna.